12,000 years ago, the agricultural revolution allowed people to settle in one area of land and grow their own crops. Now this continued on for thousands of years, all the way to the end of the 18th century, where the Industrial Revolution allowed for the mass production of goods and products. Following that was the Informational Revolution, where the World Wide Web and the Internet were created. Now, we are in the era of the Intelligence Revolution. We are in the age of artificial intelligence. Now, I'm sure everybody is familiar with the term AI. We see it everywhere in our lives. For example, while I was in Beijing, China over the summer, I was in a mall, and then I came up to this robot, which is like a moving informational desk. You can ask it questions, and it can give you answers. And then I tried to block this robot on purpose, and then, as you can see, it started to get like a bit frustrated, and then towards the end, it just told me to get out the way, but in a polite manner. There's also more examples. For example, if you have on your phone, you may have Google Assistant or Apple Siri. These are also examples of AI. Based on your voice commands and a certain AI algorithm, it can generate an output for you. They can also be used on content feed, such as YouTube or TikTok. When you open it, you're always pushed with videos that suit your interest. It can also be used in professional fields, including healthcare, where AI is used to help doctors analyze X-ray and CT scans and improve diagnosis speed and accuracy. It can also be used in finance, where credit card companies use it to monitor your transaction patterns and detect abnormal patterns to give you alerts for potential frauds. And retailers such as Amazon, they adjust prices for their products 2.5 million times a day, which would be nearly impossible with human labor. But thanks to AI and the four inputs, which are supply, customer demand, maximum potential profit, and competition, the algorithm is able to generate an ideal price for a certain product. And this applies to the thousands and thousands of products that are existing on Amazon. And also, we have everybody's favorite, ChatGPT. It's a chatbot that sees over 1.5 billion visitors every month. Now, when I was researching for this talk, I came across a fun fact of exactly how much does OpenAI spend on operating ChatGPT every day. So if you think that the company itself spends around $1,000 to $500,000 in that range, would you please raise your hand? Okay, it turns out actually that the company spends $700,000 every day to effectively run and operate ChatGPT. This is because it requires lots of computing power, and it also included the wages of workers. So speaking of computing power, the training of AI requires lots of graphics processing units, which is short is GPUs. So if you're a gamer like me, especially if you play on your PC, you also will have a GPU in your computer. They are used for rendering images in PCs at high speeds. But GPUs for AI are different. They are much more expensive and they are faster in performing operations. For example, if you've also been up to the news, the company NVIDIA is basically leading the GPU production market right now. If you've been interested in the stock, approximately in the beginning of this year, it was about $470 per share. Now it's skyrocketed all the way to like $740 per share of its stock. And the training of these, because why do we need GPUs? Because of their ability to use parallel processing. Parallel processing is a term where you have a large task, and then you break it down into smaller tasks and attack it simultaneously, instead of serial processing, where you attack tasks one by one. Now, going into one controversial topic I wanted to address for now is whether or not AI will take over our jobs. You may ask me, hey Cedric, why are you talking about this? Aren't we in high school? Isn't this very irrelevant? But in my answer, I would say AI is developing very rapidly right now, faster than you can imagine. And we are less than 10 years away from working and contributing to society. 10 years is like a mere blink of an eye. So it's important to know what the future holds for us and what it would be like. Now, in terms of AI being better than us, they don't make errors. They don't make any human errors. You give it electricity, you give it what it needs, and it can run literally forever. Not like humans, we can lose focus over time. We get tired, but AI doesn't. Now, according to a study by investment bank Goldman Sachs, AI is capable of increasing the global GDP by 7% and lifting productivity growth by 1.5 percentage points over the next 10 years, which is a lot. And furthermore, the International Monetary Fund predicts that around 40% of worldwide jobs will be impacted to a certain extent by AI. Now, if you want to go into further depth than that, the Pew Research Center predicts that people with a bachelor's degree or higher in education are twice as more likely to be exposed to job displacement than professions that demand physical labor. Because we are still in the beginning of a long journey, physical labor is still something that we have much more work to do. And besides from talking about the bad things, we can also look in a positive way. AI can also create lots of more jobs as well. When the internet was created, many people were skeptical about taking over traditional industries and jobs. But look at it right now. The digital economy, according to the World Bank, accounts for 15% of the world's GDP. And looking back, the internet created way more jobs than the one that's actually displaced. So the same could apply to AI, or it may not. We may not be entirely sure about that right now, but I think at this point, we should remain cautiously optimistic about it. And should there be any trouble, we should give it time for laws and ethics to be implemented and control it. Now, moving on, another thing is AI's ignorance. AI can be ignorant at times. For example, I queried ChatGPT right here, as you can see. You can't count down from 50 to 70, but I don't know why. It just gave me this answer that made no sense at all. Another example is a simple mathematical problem about the age of 2 siblings. The answer also did not make any sense, which is also a side note. You should not entirely rely on it for your homework. But yeah. This is why it's not entirely accurate. We're still in the beginning of a long journey. But apart knowing from that, this is also an infographic I found about the progression of AI-generated images over these years. As you can see, in 2014, it was a black and white pixelated images. The quality wasn't that good. But all the way into 2022, we have a high-resolution image of not even just humans, but animals that are so clear for us to see. And also know that these people are all AI-generated. They do not exist in real life. So altogether, knowing about the harms and the benefits of AI, I think that we should acknowledge its benefits and be aware of its harms. During the release of the iPad 2 in March of 2011, Steve Jobs noted that the success of the company of Apple is due to the connection between technology and the arts. I agree with that, but to add on, I think the success of society would also be by combining human intelligence and artificial intelligence. This way, this also leads into the concept called augmented intelligence, where humans retain their own priority role in society while using AI to assist in decisions, not allowing either one to replace the other. With these two, we can make more new and innovative ideas that we've never thought about before. It can also be good because we would not be at risk of losing our jobs that much anymore. So overall, the future of AI is in our hands. When we grow up, our generations will be the ones that lead and contribute to society. AI is based on the training and text data that we feed it. So it's important to let it make decisions that are dearest and most beneficial to us. And accompanied with human intelligence, I think, instead of the sky being the limit, the sky has no limit for what the future holds for us and humanity. Thank you.